Welcome to the HellBound Horror Show. Tonight's review is going to be a bit of a doozy. You see, The Fan from 1981 is a film that's really hot and cold. There are so many wonderful things to love about this movie, but there are also so many things that just fall flat. I don't have a ton to say about this movie that hasn't been said over the years, but because this is a horror film and it was released in 1981, you know I have to cover it. Happy birthday, The Fan. It's strange because this movie was not supposed to be a horror film, and you can totally tell. It was set up to be a serious psychological thriller, but because slasher films were raking in the money, they decided to let the original director go and do rewrites to try to catch in on the slasher bandwagon that was so rampant in 1981. This happened days before shooting, and understandably, it made some actors really upset. Speaking of actors, they are arguably the best part of the film. We have the famous but aging Lauren Bacall, who was one of Hollywood's most successful femme fatales from the 40s, starring alongside classic Hollywood actors like Humphrey Bogart in a few pictures. We also have other great actors such as James Garner and Maureen Stapleton, as well as the rising star Michael Biehn playing the titular Fan. It's a star-studded cast, and the film recognizes this. A lot of attention is given to its characters. So what's this film about? Well, it's about an aging star who's receiving letters from a crazed fan. The aging star, Sally Ross, is played by Lauren Bacall, who is absolutely perfect in this role. She too was super successful when she was younger, and as she ages, the little things don't come quite as easily as they once did. She's extremely believable in the role, and she gives one heck of a performance. Sally Ross's secretary responds to the crazed fan's letters, and the fan gets increasingly more hostile, sexual, and short-tempered. The fan begins to go after the people that Sally cares about. He attacks her secretary in the subway, and even kills her staff. The worst happens to the guy who went out on a date with Sally. He gets his junk cut off while swimming at the local YMCA. Oh, no. The fan himself isn't romanticized. Not a lot of attention is put on him or his grisly acts. He doesn't talk too much throughout the film, but we do get to hear his voiceover reading each letter that he writes.
Be warned, there's a limit to my patience. I expect a letter tomorrow.
One of my favorite shots is this one of him sitting on the benches. He's reading a letter, and you can tell by the shot that the jumbled benches represent his mental well-being. It almost appears that everything is aligned and fine on the outside, but on the inside, he's a scattered mess. It may be a little too on the nose, but it's a stunning visual and I absolutely love it. If you're looking for violence for the sake of violence, or gore for the sake of gore, you're in the wrong place. This is a classy slasher film that has a really low body count, and it focuses more on characters than actions. It feels like this film has elements in style drenched in 40s and 50s romanticism. Most close-ups of Lauren Bacall have her saturated with soft lighting, giving off a romantic style. It's filmed like it would have been filmed 30 or 40 years prior. It has this classic look and feel to it, but then it also has these shoehorned in slasher elements that honestly clash with the picture. It's an interesting mess that doesn't really blend well together. One more thing to note. Lauren Bacall sings a song that was made for the film titled Hearts, Not Diamonds, and it won a Razzie for the worst original song. Now, Lauren Bacall's singing voice may be questionable for the song, but honestly, the song could be a real banger if it's redone. I'm just saying.
One, but I need hearts, not diamonds. You never understood. You don't know I'd leave those sparkling devils if I could.
Well, that's all I have to say about this slasher film from 1981. Let me know if you're a fan of it in the comments below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Stay healthy, stay safe, and take care, everyone.
And thoughts of hearts and diamonds start running through my mind. Diamonds seem to cling to me. Hearts get left behind. I always chased those diamonds.